Okay, what's up? Hello, people. What's up, function? Yes. Back coil, yo. What's up, NPC Dex? Yo, Sunny. Big up, Sunny Sash. Yo, Will. Big ups everyone for coming through. Yes, DJ Knockers. Just tell me if you can't hear me or anything. Yes, big ups, Lopran. Scratch Laws for life. Yeah, I had a few technical difficulties last night, so yeah, been wanting to do this. I'm gonna play a couple of films that I just put together to do with meeting these guys, these absolute geniuses, NMCP and Electro Food. And the first time I actually met them was they got me out to Belarus in 2015, and we did a few gigs. We did had a party in the forest, and we discussed all of the early stages of coming up with Zarecord and actually making it into a proper release. These guys have been cutting it on dub plates for a couple of years before that. They have their own record cutting machine that they designed and built themselves. And yeah, so I just wanted to big these guys up basically, because they just really smash it every time. Here's some fitness tips from Mr. Putin himself, all endorsed by the big man himself. Make some noise if you can't hear it or anything. Just let me know what's going on. So this is the film. This is the first. This is our first trip. When I went out to Minsk, that's the central library in Minsk that the guys took us to. We chilled on the roof, and that's when we first met each other, and we had an awesome session here with the B4 Battle guys as well. They came over from Bryansk in Russia. The NMCP guys come from Tver, and if you look on a map, that's a hell of a drive, and they just thought nothing of it. Absolute gangsters. Here we go, day one. Straight in with scratching, we got to this apartment, unboxed this deck and a portable speaker, and just cut it up for days on end. Very good fun. And that's he's cutting up a 10-inch dub plate of the first Zarecord. That's the earliest version of it. You can see the iconic Putin made out of money logo that already existed, that was based on a piece of art by 8D. Sadly passed away in summer. Yeah, Sonny knows all about Electro Food there. I've got a great advert of his coming up after this. But yeah, this was a typical day. We just spent a few days like this, just chilling, enjoying amazing food from Electro Food, and just cutting it up together, getting to know each other a bit. Yes, Joe. Yeah, coming soon. Yeah, so this is early. We only just released combination from the Masters. Me and Darcy and Kapka's second record. And Electro Food just was absolutely slaying. Him and Chin Machine had been battling it out in various battles for the past couple of years, and just sort of hustling for the top spot, over the years. Maxim, he's one of the Bryansk boys. For Battle Russia in the house. Yeah, a good view of that like early 10-inch there. Cut onto plastic. The other thing that was funny about that setup was the needles on that Numark there. Like, I think it's a Shaw cartridge, or maybe it was like a Stanton cartridge with Shaw needles jammed in it. So I think it was just like the most wanky thing ever, but it all worked. Classic Normaldo stickers. Pete Normaldo on Instagram. He's got his own account, of course. Abstract fish, also known as cuttlefish. Not the other cuttlefish, who's from Germany or from space, depending on what you know him. Big up Skull. Yeah, we spent those first days just chilling in the apartment and scratching, exchanging beats, all that good stuff. This was an awesome thunderstorm that came over. I think that footage was like actually at the end of the trip, but I just fitted here in the film. Just saw Katja there in the background. She was an absolute legend as well. Helped get things done, took some really awesome pictures. You should check out her Kate HB, I think she goes by on Instagram. She does like awesome art and photography. Chopping up some drums. Shout outs to Mirror Pitch for sorting out those drums on that record. No lining. What at least I'm actually doing. Here we go, electric food at its finest, making delicious food. Makes these awesome pancakes, like savoury stuff inside them, and yeah, amazing stuff. See me biting his hand style there. Alright, now these guys, massive shout outs to Dub Rover Sound System. They're the first reggae sound system in Belarus, and yeah, just doing amazing things, putting in work, and yeah, especially in a country that's very, very strict, ridiculous abuse from the cops and stuff like that. Even if you just have long hair, you're liable to get attacked by the police, which is great. So fair play to these guys, you know. Rocking a party every time. It was kind of a last minute thing to do, like the sound system thing. Like I was just going out to meet the guys on like they have like a yearly meetup. The Russian guys go over to meet Electrofood in Minsk, and they have like a sort of yearly meetup basically, and they just invited me along for that. And then it turned out that they were doing this night whilst I'd be there, and they were like at the last minute like, "I'll bring loads of like reggae records and stuff," and yeah, so glad we did that. This guy's a G as well. Outro pin. He just has all of his drum machines just like in this old briefcase. Just turns up all mysteriously. He busts some awesome beats, raps over them, and like yeah, starts out like serious style. This venue was also awesome, DK bar, and yeah, they had like heavy metal going on when we arrived, and then yeah, went through weird abstract hip hop, dub, man, scratching over electro. Yeah, it was a good night. This is how Knocker rocks a party straight away. Starts busting out 7 inches and people start moving. Guys, some serious shakes. Love the speed out there. Oh, look, it's Red Bish. Yes, mate. So yeah, as it says there, drive to Grodno, which is like on the Belarusian-Polish border, and we had a party in the forest there, but yeah, the drive there was awesome. And then this is the place, like beautiful river that sort of wound around and made all these different almost islands that you could have different sound systems on, and like different areas to the party. So this was like the sort of chill out area that we were going to be scratching in. And then this was like, yeah, the main stage had a big, like, it's when I realised that the Electrofood I know, Electrofood CH, is just part of a bigger Electrofood collective. And these guys put on awesome parties and, yeah, really dedicated to just making really good music happen, basically. Yeah, meanwhile, we're just chilling with the funk. Here's Knocker back again. Just always really with good vibes. There's a couple of guys there. We were just so into the scratching. It was really really special with those guys. They were just so into it, and would like sing scratches back at us when we're doing them. You know, they were just so into scratching. Electro knew him and was telling us about how they didn't scratch or anything, but they knew we were coming and were just super hyped about it. And yeah, it was just a really, really dope evening with those guys, just how much they enjoyed it. Oh, shouts to Help Cut. So you see how dark it is? Like, this is one of the things that had really settled in our minds when we're like designing these Zarecords. You know, we were both NMCP and us at Cut and Paste were trying to get our heads around, you know, and Richie as well, Richie Rockton, you know, we were all sharing ideas about how to make the most out of the sort of grids that had been established in early records like Scratch Science and Utility Phonograph and stuff. And of course DJ Swamp. But yeah, it was cutting in this situation where it's like just so dark, and all we needed was that one line on the record at one point to reference, and it really made sense to us what we were doing, this sort of multi-pitch thing, and you know, why it was so useful and practical as like a tool, you know. Definitely, this whole trip definitely influenced like getting everything clean and clearly laid out on a record. So in the craziest situations, you know, it's always going to work. Yo, big man, Lone Wolf in the house. Продлевать свой срок жизни стихами, попробовать вдруг все, поменять местами, долго искать свою тень на земле, разрастать кустами, видеть все целиком, как монолит кусками, капли на камень. Кто-то лежит, кто-то бежит рывками, кто-то неподвижно лежит на расшитой звездами ткани. Me looking really confused being asked stuff in Russian, I think. Big up Substrate. Yeah, great evening though. We just we had free reign of the decks all night. Just a cutting session in the forest, you know. It was yeah, really good times. And this was like early days of portablism, you know, so like rocking all of this stuff with the batteries was just so you know, the method was already established by these guys, hardcore, you know, they were used to doing it, so the portablism thing just shrank all of that down another level. But yeah, these guys are well versed in getting stuff run off of generators and other, even just smaller batteries. They've got some really good rigs for busking and stuff like that. Yeah, Electro's had that locked down for a long time on 12-inch turntables. Yeah, last few men standing. Electro just, yeah, this is how he rocks normally with his two Korgs. Lots of delay, lots of compression. Yeah, just an awesome night. So yeah, the guys from Russia then drove back from that party, so like even further away from where they started. And then yeah, Electro took me back to Minsk and spent another couple of days with the Freelance guys, having more and so on. But yeah, that was the first few days that we'd all like properly met each other. Just trying to fix on the outro cuts. Yeah, fair play, Sonny, yeah. Shout outs to Darcy as well, because at the same time Darcy was rocking a very similar setup with the Z2 and the Newmark TTX, because they were both switchable. You could switch them to make them run off of a battery, like a car battery. That was what's so key about those bits of kit, is that you could run a laptop and a full-size turntable and a proper mixer, but all off of batteries. You know, Darcy was doing that with the Scratch Mobile, and Electro was doing it with a very similar setup in Belarus, totally separately to each other, but yeah, same awesome idea. And they were pushing with it as well, you know, Darcy with the looping. Yeah, all really advanced stuff when you think about it. Shouts to Air Nino. Oh, shouts to Stunts One. So yeah, this guy waking up was the perfect ending to the film. He was a serious guy on the dance floor that night. That's a phrase that the guys taught me that means basically start as you could mean to go on, which was just part of a joke, a running joke with Ivan01. He kept asking me all about like British idioms, was what he was keen on learning about, and I couldn't think of any good ones. He kept coming up with gems like that, and it went in the film. So yeah, that was my first trip to see the guys, one of their yearly trips to see each other that they let me take part in, and that was like the first, you know, the beginnings of making Zarecord go from being like a dub play. Oh, let me let this play. This is Electro's advert he's just brought out. Making those delicious pancakes and selling records and doing scratch lessons and everything all at once in the open air. What a G. There you go. So this is some footage. That's a shot from the cutting place. They were doing a test cut for me of what's going on. Zarecord 3. Yeah, pretty cool bit of footage of that's a copper master record, fresh off of the lathe. And this is a key part of the Zarecord 3, is that it's got drums that are skipless, as you can see, but those are all lock grooves as well. So you can, it's like having stems on vinyl. You can needle drop between them. So I figured I might as well, because I messed this up massively yesterday. I got a really bad broadcast going on, so and like really bad quality, but it seems to be working for now. So I'm just going to let this one play as well. This is a more recent trip to Minsk. I went back, same deal, going back to meet up with the guys on their annual trip, and yeah, we spent like a long weekend again, just cutting it up, doing a few busking sessions, turning up at a couple of mates gigs and hijacking them. And yeah, just chilling basically. But at this point, this is 2019, so we had already done Zarecord 1, Zarecord 2, you know, there'd been all the Zalupas that the guys had done. I think they're up to like number 4, plus a couple of others here and there. We've done the Scratch Blast tour, you can see there, Knocker's wearing the t-shirt, Knocker in the van there, came to the UK for the Scratch Blast tour. So, you know, and we've done a whole bunch of other stuff. So at this point, the guys were really ready to put out Zarecord 3, and they started making these dub plates of it. Again, 10-inch ones. But they're like, they were experimenting with picture discs. And big ups, Gone Girls. Big ups, Mario. Serious chops. So yeah, check it out as well. They bought this awesome Polyvox synth, which you hear a lot on the Zarecord. They get awesome sounds out of that thing. Classic Russian synth. Permanently abused. Yes, Rogue. So yeah, they basically had the content ready for Zarecord 3 already at this point. It went through a bunch of edits after this, but this trip we managed to really sort of experiment with it and see what it was like. And sort of, I mean, they were already well ahead of the game, doing like they meet up all the time and having group scratch sessions and experiment with it. There you can see one of the other versions of the picture disc there. And yeah. It was a really good trip for all of that, like figuring out exactly what, you know, which bits worked the best. And I mean, it still took another nearly 2 years to get it out. So there you go. You can see how much it has gone into it. There's one of the 10-inch versions there. You might have seen some of those going up on Friday. We did 10 copies of those to put out and about. Just all the vocals. So there's two sides to Zarecord 3. There's the vocal side, absolutely loads of you know, skip-proof vocals and long sounds to cut as well. But the other side is all instruments, so the lock groove drums and all sorts of noises like off of that Polyvox that you can just use to chop together and build your own tracks out of, basically, and integrate into other tracks, whatever. So yeah, he's making a bass line out of that cable just randomly stuck in his mouth. And that mixer, you can absolutely rinse that mixer. It doesn't look like much, but it's awesome. So at this point we didn't have the lock grooves idea yet, and it was on this trip that we figured out the method for it, how to make the skipless tracks lock groove, because it's really difficult to get that to work when you're cutting the master record, you know, before you press them up. You've got to cut the single master, and to get an engineer that was up for doing it, you know, and experiment with this really expensive, delicate lathe, you know, and to find a lathe that could even do it, it took a lot of work, I can tell you. And we finally got it right after trying many times. But this was the early days when, you know, they've got their own lathe that they've built, so we got to experiment. We nailed the technique there, but then there was the extra challenge of finding like a pro lathe guy to do it, you know. Anyway, this is us chilling on the street corner having a little cut. Live from the streets of Minsk. Yeah, this guy did this awesome loop pedal session as well. He was already there. I think it's like his rig. John Smith. Right by Electro's house, and that massive train track is really close. The whole house just like rocks when the trains go past, which is all the time. Big ups Jay Young, big ups 67. Over the weekend of like a big like Victory Day, massive event in Belarus. So there was lots of people doing street performances and stuff over the weekend after this. So yeah, it was cool to go around and see all sorts of talent on display over that weekend. Those were the original graphics for it. It was like a clever play on ZAR 3, and then it turned on its side, and like man, and it had like this trick of writing it, the first man in space, Big Aaron. There's a massive shout out to Guy Zero. Knuckle silently running things from the background. Endless funky beats, these guys, they just churn out straight up funk. Someone get that kid a PTO one for Christmas, please. Knock off to collect some money, pay for beers, always on it. Say hello to the battle. And this bit is using the Playground app. The guys have moved on to a new version of this now, but yeah, Playground, if you haven't tried that, is an awesome app. Using the touch screen to sort of follow routines, but then you can just freestyle with them anyway, and just moving shapes around and things. It's a completely different way of thinking about how to see music. Really good idea. So see the guys using it here in a second. Dangerous scratch lords, test pressing by the looks of it. Yeah, awesome app. You can build your own maps with it, I think, and just create visual beats and just move your hand around with it to create an entire beat. Really clever. So yeah, this was kind of towards the end of the trip. We went back into Minsk. We were staying sort of on the outskirts at that point, and yeah, went back into Minsk and did a few sessions cutting with portables. Very good vibes. And meeting up with the Bryansk boys again, who had come back over from Bryansk, which is, yeah, so massive mission for those guys. But this is like a yearly thing that they do anyway, is link up in Minsk, have some beers, chill with each other, and have plenty of cuts. What's up, Nick Diablo? I just saw you there. Big up to everyone actually. Visualize, yeah, Fresh, Nemo, big up. Justin on the cut. Carl Fish on the cut now. Big man himself, Alex Plato in the house. Yeah, this guy's just insane on the drums, but check this mural behind us, right? The camera pans round. You know, on top of a KFC, just this amazing Soviet mural. It's like, wow. Wicked juxtaposition. So yeah, that was an awesome day in Minsk actually, because there were so many people about coming through town, and yeah, loads of performers, like I said. So yeah, it was really good times. Yeah, looks totally different to what we've been seeing more recently. Different times almost. But there you go. this was a nice little setup where this dude on piano and his mate were doing the gig, and we just randomly rocked up, and they knew each other, they knew Electro, and they just suddenly lost like a power adapter or something and just killed a really crucial bit of their gear. So literally rocked up at the right time, at the exact right second. Electro helped rig up another speaker or something and get everything working whilst we had a cut, whilst they're finding that that's them turning up now with the new like adapter. You got TTM Academy. Serious pipes. Boom. So yeah, that was the second trip. Random in the house. Oh, I forgot this is a different edit. Yeah, got a bit more. Sorry. Oh, it's just more random cuts. Joey FDH on the beats here. Awesome place though, this is Electro's place outside of Minsk. Just as the forest starts, amazing place to spend a weekend like this, just getting creative, enjoying really nice food, spending time with your mates. Yeah, good times. Yeah, I mean, this is what we did for like a whole long weekend session, just test the hell out of all of the ideas that we had for this Zarecord, whilst enjoying each other's company. But loads of crucial stuff got decided on this second trip, so that's why I wanted to show both of these films. It's like, they're 4 years apart, and kind of document some of the time that we spent thinking about all of this stuff. There's stuff on Zarecord 3 that was there since before Zarecord 1. Some of these ideas are older than that, all just gradually coming together. And yeah, I'm just super hyped for when this record comes out. I'm really excited to see what people do with it. I'm hoping that everyone enjoys it as much as I do, and also that people benefit from all of the work that we put into it, because we made sure that it was going to be as functional as possible, whilst without sort of trying to dictate too much what you have to do with it. It's just about making it so you can grab double copies if you want, or if you're working with a band or another DJ crew or anything. It's just like it's got something for sort of any situation, So yeah, we covered like one side has got loads and loads of vocal samples on it. And loads of them sort of work really well with each other, like really good punchlines if you needle drop between them, rhyming words and stuff like that. So yeah, there's a lot on there. Colonel, getting dizzy. Yeah, nice one, Gongos. I wish I had more footage. This is all just filmed on phones and stuff, we put it together. I asked the guys to send me whatever they've got, like on, they email it to me or whatever, but I wish I filmed more, especially on the first trip. I didn't know about how to like film on an iPhone before, and like kept losing stuff because of how stuff gets deleted. So like there was so much great stuff that I missed. But yeah, I'm glad I got some snippets to show you guys basically. There's some great footage of Electrofood at work on the drum machines. You know, he makes his beats with the intention to perform them live every time. You know, he's never sort of finished a beat. If you hear a recording of a beat, like on one of his loopers or something, that was just one session of it. He sees them as something that always are there to change and be and evolve, you know. Zero One getting into it. That's some like Belarusian snack food. It's just like pure fat. Boom though. You can hear us playing some coin game in the background as well, throwing coins all over the place. I don't know. There we go. That was the yeah. I edited that for CSG TV earlier in the year. That's all still up, by the way. If you haven't watched through all of that, some of the most amazing scratch-related performances ever. Anyway, I think that's everything. I think I've got another little video coming up here with maybe Richie, who's done a little demonstration for us. He recorded something yesterday. Yeah, here we go. Big ups Richie Roughtone.
This is how we do. This is how we do. Spin the record out of 4/4. Do what you gotta do. Do what you gotta do. I'ma do the same too. Rock it to the beat. Rock it to the beat. Rock it to the beat.
Huge thanks to Richie Roughtone for recording that. Straight off the bat as well, like you could pretty much unbox the test press that I sent him and recorded that within the same evening, I think. So yeah, absolute legend. So yeah, that's all my videos. I'm gonna wrap it up, but yeah, thanks everyone for watching. And like those videos, if you want to like watch them without me blabbering all over them, the first one from 2015 is up on the Cut and Paste Records YouTube. It's just called Belarus Scratch Mission, I think. And then the second one from 2019 is just on one of the Community Scratch Community Scratch Games TV full day podcasts that Jimmy did. You can find that on Community Scratch YouTube. Right then, I'm going to do one. Thanks a lot, guys. Take it easy.